You walk into a room full of strangers. You do not know anyone. You have not spoken a single word. But within seconds, someone approaches you. They are incredibly charismatic. They laugh at your jokes, they say exactly what you want to hear. And on paper, they seem absolutely perfect. But deep down, for some unexplainable reason, you feel a tight knot in your stomach. Your gut tells you something is terribly wrong, even though your logical brain is saying this person is great. Listen to me very carefully. That feeling is not paranoia. You are not overthinking it. What you are experiencing is your primitive brain detecting a hidden threat that your conscious eyes cannot process yet. Today, on Neuroscience Animation, we are going to learn how to see the invisible. I am going to teach you how to decode and spot a manipulator, a narcissist, or even a psychopath before they finish their very first sentence. We will break down the 3 subconscious signals that reveal their true intentions. And you must stick around until the very end, because sign number 3 is the exact psychological trap that expert manipulators use to completely distort your reality and paralyze your thinking. Let us begin. First, you need to understand the battlefield. To win this game, you have to understand how your own mind is being played. When a manipulator targets you, they do not attack your prefrontal cortex. That is the logical, rational part of your brain sitting right behind your forehead. If they attacked your logic, you would reject them immediately. Instead, they bypass your logic completely and hack into your amygdala. The amygdala is the ancient, primitive center of your brain responsible for fear, survival, and emotional processing. For hundreds of thousands of years, our amygdala protected our ancestors from apex predators. It is an alarm system that cannot be turned off. The problem we face today is that the modern predator does not hide in the bushes, and they do not have sharp fangs. Today's predator wears a tailored suit, has a perfect, charming smile, and uses highly calibrated social tactics to disarm your biological alarm system. They use your natural human politeness against you, but their biology always leaks through. Sign number 1, the immediate mirage. Here is a scenario that traps millions of people every single day. You meet someone, and within the first 5 minutes, you discover you like the same obscure bands, you share the exact same life philosophy, and their energy perfectly matches yours. Everyone believes that this instant connection is just incredible chemistry. They think they have found a soulmate or a perfect business partner. This is entirely false. Real, genuine empathy and connection take a significant amount of time to build. If someone is perfectly copying your body language, echoing your exact tone of voice, and mirroring your deepest opinions within the first 10 seconds of a conversation, you are not experiencing chemistry. You are being calibrated by a predator. In psychology, this is known as extreme mirroring or love bombing. They are artificially flooding your brain with dopamine to make you lower your defenses. They want you to think that because they are just like you, they must be safe. Here is your neurohack to detect this immediately. You must break the pattern. When you feel this unnatural, perfect synchronization, make a sudden, unrelated movement. Shift your weight heavily from one foot to the other. Look away at your watch in the middle of their sentence. Or suddenly cross your arms and lean back. A normal person will just continue talking or naturally adjust to your movement after a few seconds. A manipulator, however, is running a script. When you break the pattern, you ruin their script. If you watch their face closely, you will see their mask slip for a microsecond. You will see a flash of frustration or coldness before they quickly force the warm smile back on. That microsecond is the real them. Sign number 2, asymmetrical invasion. Have you ever talked to someone who just stands a little too close to you? Most of us are conditioned to ignore this. We tell ourselves that the person is just overly friendly or that they simply have a lot of confidence. We suppress our discomfort to avoid being rude. From a neuroscientific perspective, this is a highly aggressive act. Every human has an invisible bubble of personal space. When someone intentionally forces physical closeness without your permission, they are sending a direct dominance signal to your primitive brain. When your space is invaded, your brain releases a spike of cortisol, the stress hormone. This cortisol spike overloads your cognitive processing, making you feel anxious and confused. Subconsciously, your primitive brain forces you to take a submissive, passive stance just to de-escalate the perceived physical threat. The manipulator knows exactly what they are doing. They are literally shrinking your physical presence to inflate their own authority. Here is your defense mechanism. The next time someone stands too close, do not just accept it. Take a clear, deliberate half-step backward. Create the space your brain needs to feel safe. Now pay very close attention to what happens next. If the person immediately takes another step forward to close the gap and invade your zone again, they have just revealed their true intentions. They are not looking for friendly closeness. They are actively seeking psychological control. When this happens, you must plant your feet firmly on the ground. Do not step back again. Do not yield another single inch. Stand straight, keep your shoulders wide, and reclaim your territory. Watch how quickly their false friendliness turns into visible discomfort when they realize you cannot be dominated. Sign number 3, the reptilian gaze. From the time we are children, society conditions us to believe a very specific myth. We are told that people who lie cannot look you in the eye. We are told that eye contact is the ultimate sign of honesty and integrity. This is the most dangerous myth of all. Expert manipulators, narcissists, and psychopaths know that you believe this myth. And because they know it, they overcompensate. They will lock their eyes onto yours and maintain a prolonged, intense, and completely unblinking gaze. It feels less like they are looking at you and more like they are piercing right through you. Let us look at the evolutionary biology of this. In the natural world, what is the only creature that stares at you fixedly in complete silence without blinking? A predator that is locking on to its prey right before it attacks. When a human being subjects you to this reptilian gaze, it triggers a literal freeze response in your nervous system. This forced, heavy eye contact is a cognitive overload tactic. It demands so much of your brain's processing power that it actually paralyzes your prefrontal cortex. You literally lose the ability to think critically, remember facts, or form logical arguments. You become mentally frozen. Here is the ultimate hack to disarm them. Pay strict attention to their blink rate. The average relaxed human blinks about 15 to 20 times per minute. If you are talking to someone and it feels like they are scanning your soul without moving a single facial muscle, you must break the spell. Do not try to win a staring contest with a psychopath. Cut the eye contact immediately. Look at their forehead, look at their nose, or look away completely while you speak. By breaking the visual lock, you reboot your prefrontal cortex, your logic returns, and their primary weapon is completely neutralized. Now that you know the signs, you need a system. Here is the SHIELD protocol in 3 simple steps so you are never fooled again. Step 1. Scan the synchronization. Is this person mirroring your every move and agreeing with you way too fast? Test them by breaking the physical pattern. Step 2. The space test. If they get too close, take a firm step back. If they pursue you into your newly created space, they are trying to dominate you. Step 3. The blink counter. If their gaze feels heavy, unblinking, and paralyzing, break eye contact immediately to protect your cognitive function. I must warn you, with great power comes great responsibility. Once you learn to see human behavior this clearly, there is absolutely no going back. You are going to start noticing these invisible dynamics everywhere. You are going to hear their sweet words, but you will clearly see their toxic intentions. It is highly likely that you will catch someone in your own circle of friends or at your workplace using these exact techniques against you today. It might be uncomfortable, but it gives you an advantage that 99% of the population simply does not have. You will finally be living in reality. If you are ready to stop being manipulated, take back your power, and start seeing the world as it truly is, go down to the comments right now and type the phrase, "protected mind." That way, I will know exactly who the real social detectives are and who belongs to the 1% that truly understands how the human brain works. Remember, words can lie, but the nervous system never does. See you in the next animation.